Another problem on reservations is the shame that comes from having lost so much.
There's a realization that, hey, we lost a lot. We lost a lot of people. We lost a lot of resources. We're living on the bottom of the economic ladder. Our lifespan is the lowest of all racial or ethnic groups in the country. And when you live within that, when you see people that you love dying at an early age, at an alarming rate, when you see alcoholism and other abuses all around you, when you see people dropping out of school and never returning, trust me, there is some shame in that. But I don't know that it's any more than anybody else that lives in an impoverished community.
Some believe the shame felt by Indian children can also be attributed to the lingering effects of the boarding schools that attempted to eradicate the Indian culture.
Their culture was taken away from them, and they were beaten if they spoke their language or their hair was cut. And they came out of that school not knowing who they were. They weren't white, they weren't Indian, they're not supposed to be Indian. They passed this on to the next generation, who then in turn passed it on to the next generation after that. So now we have children who don't know who they are.
Finally, some believe there is shame because of the way Indians used to be portrayed in movies and in television as warlike savages.
We carry a shame or a guilt with us unknowingly because of the way that we have been portrayed, by the way some people have looked down on us or treated us.
The only Indian that don't lie is a dead one.
Dirty, mean, ignorant, slinking, red-skinned skunks.
Sneaking Indian swine.
Because of the shame, there is a lot of focus on reservations to make Indians more proud of their heritage.
That's one of the big movements in Indian country. A lot of programs, a lot of adults are really striving to make sure that Native kids first of all, aren't ashamed of who they are. Second of all, are actually proud of the fact that they're Native Americans. I know I grew up being real proud of the fact that I was Native American. I always thought that, you know, I had the best of both worlds. Being a Native American, I could enjoy all the benefits of my own culture and still be able to walk into you know, the non-Indian world and be successful there.
One way Native Americans are hoping to instill pride in their young is by teaching them their native language, like they're doing here on the Navajo Reservation in Arizona. Here, children are being given lessons in the Navajo language in addition to English. In the past, many Navajo were brought up believing that there was something wrong with speaking their own language. Today, they are learning that their language is something that they should take pride in. At Spirit of the Forest on Cass Lake Reservation in Minnesota, local craftspeople and artisans are brought in to introduce Native children to some of the customs, crafts, and traditions of their ancestors.
Our children need direction. They need a connection with the earth, with their ancestors. They need to learn what our ancestors did to survive, the intelligence and the wisdom and the knowledge it took just to make it through a winter, or what plants to eat, what plants not to eat, how to build a shelter, weapons.
It is hoped that by learning about the rich traditions of their ancestors, the children of today will gain a new sense of pride in what it means to be Native American. That's part of the reason why some tribes continue to perform traditional dancing, like they're doing here at the Nambi Pueblo in New Mexico. And here, along the northwest coast in northern British Columbia.
Songs and dances generally have a common theme, and that is respect. Respect for the land we live on, respect for the animals who live with us, respect for one another, and most importantly, respect for ourselves. So this is why I think it's important. It also gives us a sense of self-esteem, a high self-esteem, because we know who we are, we know where we're coming from, and from that point we know where we're going.